Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Justin.
Another week, another AudPod screw up. At least we enjoy doing it.
It's true, and it also gives us something to reflect on.
Yeah, it gives us something to talk about.
Exactly. All right, so St. Lawrence University, where our dear friend Max
Dirracolo
is actually in New York State.
So when we said he was staying in Canada, we were wrong.
And that is because there is a St. Lawrence College in Kingston that I confused it for, which is funny because you would assume the way that Canadians treat the word university and Americans treat the word college, that it would actually go the other way, but not to be. So
you're saying he's going to the Harvard University of New York?
He's going to St. Lawrence University.
Oh, which is connected to the St. Lawrence Market in Toronto.
I don't think it has anything to do with it other than the saint.
It's probably the river it's really referring to.
Yeah. They are,
I believe, all in Canada.
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with any of that, and that's what threw me off.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
And as soon as I typed in St. Lawrence, I did type in St. Lawrence University, Canada, or Ontario, and it came up Kingston, and I was like, oh, he's going to Kingston.
Yeah, it made sense.
It made total sense to me. I never looked any further into it, and of course, that's how we end up here.
Yeah,
so
here we are.
Congratulations, Max. You're going to the ECAC Division I NCAA program. So, I mean,
we couldn't be happier for you.
That's a better place to be.
Yeah.
That's a better place to be.
Also, if you're ever at the St. Lawrence Market, in the basement, there's a really great veal farm place that talks about...
Welcome to the AudPod, where we're talking Kitchenerrangers hockey with the AudBalls themselves, Andrew and Justin. Take it away, fellas.
And you have to get the hot peppers that go on top. And okay,
absolutely.
Andrew, we're doing push-ups. Do we look jacked?
If
you're watching on video, do we look like the beach ball is over there?
I don't
the
look
beach
jacked.
ball over there.
I feel jacked though.
Yeah. I was stretching. Okay, we're doing the push-up challenge. It is
for Canadian Mental Health Association.
For the Canadian Mental Health Association. We're raising money.
We are.
So if you want to donate to us, you could do that. Our link is, I think, on our Instagram. I think it's in the show notes. I missed it 1 week, but it is definitely there now.
We're well over halfway.
We're well over halfway to our goal of $2,000
Yep.
for Canadian Mental Health Association. We are donating to the Waterloo region, which last Friday night, the game was Canadian Mental Health Night, Talk Today.
Talk Today, yes.
And so they were talking about the cause there, which is great. We aren't affiliated with that at all, but we are the money that we're raising is going to that specific CMHA.
That branch, yeah.
That branch. So great cause. Glad that the Rangers are on top of it. We are also on top of it. We are 375 push-ups into 2,000. We're 6 days in. We got 17 days to go. I'm sore.
Well, I keep thinking it's gonna get easier.
Yeah,
it's not gonna get easier.
I think after the next rest day, I remember this because I did it last year. I did it by myself last year with my friend John, who's also doing it with us this year.
Right.
The two of us did it. I remember hitting the second rest day and being just exhausted. And then the next day was easy. And then the next day was easy. And then it got hard again.
I'm pretty sure on the day where there was the 100 before the rest day.
Yeah.
I think I tore all my abdominals.
Yeah. I didn't know abs are such a big part of this.
I know. I
don't have those.
I literally thought that it was going to mostly be my chest and arms.
Yeah.
It's the abs. The abs are absolutely on fire at all times.
Yeah.
In fact, I have to keep the water to me because if I do not, at any point I am dehydrated, my abs will spasm. That's where we're at.
You need when you want
Camelback.
Yeah, you need a camelback.
Yeah.
When you start losing a little bit of gaining the muscle, losing a little bit of the fat, you can replace it with a camelback.
There's no fat here. It's all water weight.
It's one huge muscle.
It's just water weight here. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, if you want to donate to us, please do. We got another 1,625 push-ups to go.
Yes.
As of today, we're recording on Tuesday. By Friday, we'll be probably in the 500 to 600 range.
That's true. That's true.
Or even higher. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I'm not paying that close attention.
I don't look ahead.
No, that's the danger.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna recap some games here.
We sure are.
But I think before we do, we got some goalie controversy.
Well,
You texted me goalie controversy after the game that the feed went out on Flow Hockey.
I was at the game.
You were at the game, and then you're like, goalie controversy, and I was like, oh no.
Well, yes and no, and then it wasn't so much even that. It was then the following game
Yes.
where there was just a lot of goals and not a lot of shots.
Yeah.
And that's when I was really like, I don't know. I don't think that there's a controversy.
No.
And this is the thing. This is what I will say. I want everybody to perform well.
Yeah.
We're not a podcast where we bring people down
No.
or even overly criticize players. There's been a few times where we've walked the line of saying things that we think need to be said about a player. I would love for Christian Kirsch to perform more like he played at the beginning of the year, of course, because I'm a Rangers fan. I think right now we have to look at just the numbers, which you've run. And here's what I'll say is to preface these numbers.
Yeah.
Jason Schabel is getting the quote unquote easier opponents.
Yeah.
So give him the numbers.
So we wanted to do the numbers from when we came back from the holiday break.
Yeah, approximately December 28th. Because
Yeah.
especially because that gave Schabel more starts because Kirsch was in.
He was still in the World Juniors. So there it gives them or more similar games played.
Yeah.
So Kirsch has played 9 games and Schabel has played 7. Kirsch's record is 7-1-1. And Schabel is 5-0-1.
Hold up, he's 7-1-1.
Yeah, because the Rangers haven't lost in regulation.
Yeah, I know.
In 2026.
I just wanted to emphasize that for all the people who are dragging either of these goalies.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of overtimes in these games.
Sure.
But,
they all count the same if you get the dub.
7 is still a win and 5 is still a win, and that's 12 games that we won out of.
Yeah. So Kirsch's record.
Kirsch's record is 7-1-1.
And Schabel's record
5-0-1.
Okay, save percentage.
Save percentage, Kirsch is 874.
Okay.
Schabel 889.
Okay, and goals against average?
Kirsch 2.75, Schabel 2.41.
Okay.
No shutouts.
No shutouts.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right. So the line it's not a huge difference. There's not a huge difference, especially if you factor in that Kirsch is playing the like I said, quote unquote premier matchups, and Schabel is kind of getting the weaker opponent. Now, as far as like weaker opponent, I will say that in the OHL, there's so many talented offensive scorers.
Yeah.
It's usually on the back end and on the goal that I think teams lose games in the OHL. Not because they can't score enough, but because they give up too many. So what I will say from my perspective is I think the Rangers have been playing better in front of Schabel. I think that I don't know if that's a mental thing. I don't know if that's because they're playing better opponents against Kirsch. I don't know because I don't have the advanced stats. But what I will say is I think that there is a case to be made that we should just alternate some starts here. And just in the curiosity that Schabel gets a few more higher, the 5-star opponent. I would like to see Schabel play against a juggernaut powerhouse team. I would like to see it. What does that look like? I don't want him to get lit up. I don't think he will. But like just like Kirsch, I know I've seen Schabel let in a few that he'd like to have back. Sure, but I haven't seen the same low shot totals translate into, we're basically talking about one game here that really has got people buzzing online saying that, Kirsch needs to play better. Well, if you're 7-1-1, I don't think you really need to play better.
We've seen a few times where like I can see where people get concerned because one tendency we've seen with Schabel is that sort of like first or early shot goal going in that's a little bit on the softer side.
Yeah.
But I 100% agree with you. I think we should try we've seen in the NHL, Boston, Swayman and Allmark had an amazing run, literally swapping every game, regardless of opponent. And I'd love to see the Rangers try that. Like this weekend coming up, we have 3 games in 4 days. Like this, to me, seems like a perfect opportunity to, and none of them are easy games. We don't have an easy game this weekend.
No.
So it would be great for us to see Schauble get a game. We're recording on Tuesday night. The London game is happening right now.
Yeah.
I would love to see if Schauble was in net tonight. I actually didn't check the lineup to see who was playing.
There is one other argument here, too. I'm looking at Schauble's game started after the World Juniors were over. So he played on February 6th. Before that, he played January 27th.
Yeah.
That's a stretch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They only had one game in that span.
But if you miss a game, if you're not playing that game,
that's a long
then
time.
that's a long time, right? So, and before that, so 3 days before he got a game because we had all those games, right? Yep. But then before that, it was 2 weeks from when he got in the crease to play a game. Yeah. So there's also an argument to be made that you've kind of got a guy who's colder coming in and is performing a little bit better.
So which is stats wise,
which is not the norm. Usually, if you're cold, it's harder to, So I'm just going to quickly jump over and see.
We did see Jason Schauble play the bulk of games while Kirsch was away, and he looked really strong.
Yeah,
even in back-to-back situations.
Yeah.
I know that they threw one of the rooks in there to do the other game, and Schauble just came back real sharp, and he just looks like a guy that the more he plays, the better he looks. So I think 1A, 1B. I think let's just do equal starts for a period of time to try it.
Like I said, I would like to see them alternate regardless of the schedule.
Yeah.
All right, so Kirsch is playing tonight. Right now, we're recording on Tuesday.
Yeah, so he's playing against
I just didn't want to go on this rant of give Schauble a premier opponent like London.
Yeah.
And then he's getting it. And on Friday, people are going to be like, they got another thing wrong. Right? Like,
gives us something to talk about next week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they did start Kirsch. I do think you have to kind of obviously like favor Kirsch, but I would like to see Schauble Kirsch is not here next year. So you want to believe that basically, and I'm going to say it right flat out, from the beginning of the season to when the Ottawa 67s came in and scored a rough goal on Kirsch, I don't know if it's been the same kind of vibe in the net. Now, he played really well in the World Juniors. Extremely well.
Yeah. He's the only goalie that got a shutout in the World Juniors.
So is it a Kitchener thing? Is it a mental thing?
Well, the eye test says they play better in front of Schauble. Like they defend him.
It's definitely the eye test. But the eye test definitely seems like they play tighter.
Yeah.
That they kind of hang Kirsch out to dry more.
You know who likes the eye test?
Who?
Bob McKenna.
Yeah.
The Bob father.
The Bob father.
All right. Okay, we talked about that enough.
Yeah.
We should get into some game recaps this week.
Yes, absolutely.
So we have 3 games to recap, one of which, the first one, I just want to say, the Kitchener Rangers, the organization, and I'm pretty sure it's Colin because I know Colin.
Yeah.
But the Kitchener Rangers do the best video recaps in the league.
By far.
When you look at theirs are always like 7 minutes for the whole game. Everybody else's is 2 minutes. And it's just goals.
I know.
The Kitchener Rangers, the recaps are always like great plays. Even this week, I think they were listening because they even put in the goal that got called back. And I was like, they've never put that in. I think they're listening to the AudPod. And they're doing great recaps. So thank you, Colin, and the Kitchener Rangers communications team.
Yeah, well, somebody's listening because we're still doing this.
Yeah.
So.
The cease and desist got lost in the mail. Is it because Andrew delivers the mail that we've never seen that cease and desist? Conspiracy Corner, tinfoil hat. Okay, the first game we're going to recap, Wednesday, February 4th. That was 1 week ago for us. This was a 4-3 overtime win against our fearsome foes, the London Knights.
That's true.
Great game. First time back for Sam O'Reilly and Jared Woolley.
Yeah.
This was a Kirsch start because I think we're going to track that this week.
We are.
And Andrew.
The scoring started 17 minutes into the first period when Tanner Lamb got his 16th of the year from former Knight Jared Woolley and Hayden Ellis on the power play. Pretty awesome for the second unit power play to get one. I will say that I felt like the first unit was buzzing, but you need to have that depth scoring on your second unit. And that's that, like we were talking about having that lethal power play. If you have a second unit that can score early, well, like you said, you can win the game that way. And believe it or not, they're going to beat the Knights here in London. And
you know who was in the penalty box for that power play goal?
I do.
Our dear old friend, Jacob Jew.
Jacob who? Anyway, moving on. I have nothing against him. No. It's just funny because we left him off the trade summary. So now it's a recurring joke that I don't know who he is.
Old SNL in here.
Yeah, in the second period, that was the only goal in the first period.
Yep.
In the second period, Jesse Nurmi tied it up.
Yep.
Jesse Nurmi.
Yeah.
And then
holy goalie, Jesse Nurmi.
That only lasted exactly 2 minutes. I love when stuff like that happens. Exactly 2 minutes later, Sam O'Reilly gets his 18th from Jack Brittam and Dylan Edwards at even
Jared
strength.
Woolley and Sam O'Reilly already on the score sheet.
And then, I love this, 5 exact minutes later, 1942, Dylan Edwards scores his 27th from Sam O'Reilly.
Okay, this goal was a disgusting defensive play in the offensive zone by Sam O'Reilly.
Yeah.
He just robbed the defenseman of this puck.
He's so good.
And gave it to Edwards and got a disgusting goal.
Sam O'Reilly, that's kind of like the bread and butter, right? Is to just like pick the pocket. And he's that kind of center. You need that kind of center.
Yeah.
The Rangers needed that kind of center, and he is definitely that kind of center. He also has evolved, I think. I won't say evolved, but he's reaching his full potential offensively with the weapons around him. We're seeing that. That's the end of 2 periods. So it's 3-1. It is. It's 3-1. I'm feeling great about this game.
Yeah.
Feeling really good. And then the third period starts. 6 minutes into it, Brody Cook scores. Okay, not a big deal. Not a big deal. It's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. Literally 30 seconds later, Ryan Brown scores, ties it up. And I was like, uh-oh.
Yep.
I mean, there was something in the air with Woolley and O'Reilly back there, and I'm thinking, okay, are these guys are the Knights gonna be like, we're not losing to these guys coming back with kids, like, because by all accounts, the Knights have a little bit thrown in the towel. I don't mean the players, but the organization has kind of said, this isn't the year. We had 3 years where we either went all the way and lost or won it. I just understand where they are trading Woolley and O'Reilly.
This is a London rebuild.
So, a London rebuild is like, we're still going to make playoffs, probably going to win a playoff series. You know what I mean? Like
top 4 in the conference.
London rebuild makes me sick. You need to flounder in obscurity for a couple years. Okay. I'm getting heated. All right. So it's now 3-3 with the better part of the third period left to play. And I legitimately thought they were going to lose this game in regulation. Yeah. Not because I don't believe in the Rangers, but because I just felt like it was going to be one of those games.
In London.
In London, right? Yeah. This is such a difficult game to win, especially the shots were so lopsided. It was 36-23, actually 35-23 for Kitchener. And yet, here we are going overtime, and you got 12 more shots. And you had chances. You had 5 power plays. You only scored on 1. I mean, London scored on 1 of 4. But I will say the crazy thing was London was winning every faceoff.
I know.
It was I was driving me nuts. It wasn't converted to a lot of chances, but it was Kitchener was spending so much time chasing the puck.
Yeah, you burn time chasing. Yeah,
Man.
You burn time, you burn energy. It's brutal.
Yeah, but overall, I thought Kitchener played a better game.
For sure.
It just crushed me that we were going to overtime with London. We could, secrets of the industry. We have a group chat with former friend of the pod and current assistant to the regional producer, Sean Furfaro, and he said the Hollywood ending ends with Sam O'Reilly scoring the overtime goal, and legitimately 25 seconds into this, he scores on a beautiful little pass from Matthew Ananovsky, who sent him in. Again, very underrated patience off the draw, and it just kind of set him up. And O'Reilly makes, of course, he was going to score this goal. As soon as I saw him going in, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
There it is.
Yeah. He scores his 19th of the
Because
year.
he had some, I can't remember who he had with him. He had somebody, Pridham or
I think it was Pridham.
I think it was Pridham.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's not going to pass that.
Not this time.
He knows how to beat Medvedev.
I was going to say, a lot of times, he's a pass first guy. Not that time.
Nope.
And he wins the game, and you could tell he loved winning that game. He let out a roar that was...
It rivaled the roar that Dylan Edwards gave out when he scored his first goal with Kitchener.
Yes.
It was of that...
against a former team as well. So
correct,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah, it felt good for him, you could tell.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, that was a great game. Glad that we won it.
Yeah.
The next game was then Friday, February 6th, at home at the Odd.
Was at this game.
Andrew was at this game.
Yeah.
Friday, February 6th, we won 6-2.
We sure
This
did.
was a Schauble start, and this was the game that Flow Hockey failed me.
That's true. They did.
You were at the game, but
and if you had cable, I'm guarantee you saw this.
Yeah, Rogers was still up. It was just Flow Hockey that was
Just
down.
Flow,
And we
another point for analog.
Yeah, cables.
Yeah, for cables.
Wires and cables.
Wires and cables. So this game started the way it usually starts for the Rangers when they are going to actually kick you-know-what and take names. They gave up the first goal and didn't look very good in the first period. I'm saying this is kind of like the trend. Is like sometimes they got to give up the first goal.
And it's good. Then we're fine.
And then it's fine. And they were thoroughly outplayed in the first period.
Yep.
Rowan Top scored his second of the year about 13 minutes into the period that they outshot the Rangers 10-5 in.
Yes.
That
That was the only period I saw live.
Well,
it was great. Actually,
you were the problem.
Me leaving was the best thing that happened to the Rangers.
Maybe you were the problem because then literally 2 minutes into this, Jack Pridham scored on a beauty that was set up, a beauty pass from Christian Humphreys and Cameron Reed. Humphreys fed Pridham exactly where Pridham likes to set up in Pridham's office there, and he just hammered it home for his 32nd of the year. Dylan Edwards scored his 28th of the year in this period from Jared Woolley and Matthew Andonovsky. Nice to see those big boys on defense get a couple of assists there. And then Christian Humphreys got on the score sheet for the first time with his 17th of the year. From Cameron Reed and Dylan Edwards. That was on the power play, and that would be the game-winning goal. However, they didn't need to stop there. The end of the period, it's 3-1. I kind of, again, I turned and I looked at my friend who drove down the highway from Guelph to...
Oh, yeah, he's a Guelph fan, isn't he? Your friend
fan.
John? He's a Guelph fan?
Yeah, he's born and raised in Guelph.
Yeah.
Poor
guy.
He knew what he was going into. He knew
at the Odd.
He knew which two teams, where they were going. One's going this way, one's going that way. He was amazed, though, that this could be a first round playoff matchup. And we laughed because, 8 of 10 teams make the playoffs.
Yeah.
The third started kind of iffy. I'm not going to try and say this young man's name. Jacko Wisik.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a Visick.
Visick.
Based on Jason's whatever.
I did try and say it. But Ilya Shabinsky, which is a super fun name to say.
Visick and Shabinsky.
Visick and Shabinsky and Carter Stevens combined 48 seconds into the period.
Yeah.
And then Humphrey said, not in my house.
Not today.
Not today. He scored his 18th 9 minutes later from Dylan Edwards and Cameron Reed, also on the power play. This is becoming a trend for young Christian Humphreys in this game.
I like that trend.
He got the game winner and he got the insurance goal, which I don't know what
the patented insurance goal brought to you by. Please let us know if you want to sponsor this section of the AudPod.
Yeah. And then Hayden Ellis scores the 5th goal of the game for the Rangers about a minute and a half later. So now it's, well in hand now, right? We're feeling good about it. 5 minutes later, Christian Humphreys on the power play finishes his hat trick, has the 4-point game. This one's assisted by Sam O'Reilly and Dylan Edwards. And it was a total team effort. It was a complete domination. The first period was what it was.
Yep.
And after that, they kicked into gear. This was a Schauble game. He played extremely well.
Played very well.
And overall, like I said, Kitchener won 48-20. to 26 of the face-offs,
Yeah.
right? So they were 3 for 8 on the power play. Christian Humphries gets his first hat trick in the OHL after his point streak comes to an end in that last game.
Yeah.
That was
Kind of crazy.
It was crazy.
He came back.
He
hard.
came back and exploded. So overall, there's no notes. It was a fantastic game.
Do you want to talk about the goal review that got called back? I mean, it wasn't a huge thing because they ended up winning 6-2, so it wasn't like consequential of the game.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
Dylan Edwards called for a goal review.
he did.
And I don't know what your take is on it because you were there, so watching it back in the replays after or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the Calgary Flames 04 all over again.
Yeah.
Where the puck was in the glove, the
Yeah.
glove went in the net.
Yeah.
You couldn't see the puck.
This is the thing, though. Is
How do you know?
You know it was in the net. I know it was in the net. UC knows it was in the net. But the problem is there's a precedent set that usually doesn't get called as a goal.
You can't see it.
Exactly. It's usually inconclusive.
Yeah.
Now, I have seen it where like a guy has it in his glove and he clearly falls
Like-
into the net.
Like the whole glove.
Yeah,
is in the
exactly.
Net. Then
Like
it's-
his upper body's in the net and they'll call it a goal. But like if it's on the line and the glove is there and it's anyhow like impeded like by either the post or the line or the glove or whatever, they just don't call it a goal. So like it is like we all like I turned and looked at John and John was like, I know it's a goal, you know it's a goal, but that's just not how they call it.
No. And I get why people are upset. I'm glad it wasn't, like I say, I'm glad it wasn't a consequential. Like,
Yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't like we ended up in overtime and a point was got because of, we don't know. But
It is what it is.
It
I've
is what
seen
it is, and
enough
it-
to know that that's how they call that.
at least it's consistent in
it
that
is.
regard.
Yeah.
And then the very next day, we head down the road to Niagara to play an away game where we had our first regulation loss of 2026 against the Niagara Ice Dogs.
February 7th.
February 7th.
That's pretty good.
16 games or something into the year.
We're doing pretty good.
4-3 loss. So not a blowout in any way. Maybe not their best game, but
Definitely not their best game.
yeah.
And this is pretty much the only reason I think anyone is talking about goalie issues in
think so, too.
Kitchener. Yeah, this was probably the worst game that Kirsch has had statistically.
Yeah.
And it was, he gave up 4 on 17 shots. This is not a great team that they're playing against. This was a team that was highly motivated to beat the Rangers. We'll get to that in the scoring summary. Again, this is how they start sometimes against bad teams. 1 minute and 10 seconds into the game, Niagara scores. Okay, this is where I will push back on the Kirsch criticizers. It's same thing happened to Schaubel. Okay.
Yep.
Early in the game, the Rangers are prone to giving up the first goal.
Usually that leads to good things for the Rangers.
Exactly. Usually there's a pushback. So, and there was. Just about 2 minutes later, Jack Pridham gets his 33rd of the year.
Oh.
Yeah. The chase is on. Dylan Edwards set that one up on the power play, and then they get another power play goal from Jack Pridham 13 minutes into the period for his 34th of the year from Christian Humphries and Cameron Reed. The first period concludes on that back-breaking last-minute goal with 1 minute, 45 seconds left in the period. Niagara ties it up. You hate to see it.
Andrew's least favorite.
I
goal.
hate to see it. It's like the worst kind of momentum to go into the break. But hey, sometimes I'm wrong. Dylan Edwards scores his 29th 3 minutes into the second. So I was kind of like, okay, never mind. Dylan Edwards set up by Cameron Reed and Christian Humphries, who's been on a tear on the power play. The power play.
Yeah.
What's the power play?
Remember when we were worried about it?
Yeah, the power play. yeah. What
Don't
a joke.
miss those days.
However, 8 minutes later, Riley Patterson scores 28. He has 28. Riley Patterson, great player. And so now we're sitting at 3-3, and pretty much nothing happens. That's halfway through the game. Nothing happens. It was low event hockey. The Rangers had some chances. Don't get me wrong. They had some chances, especially at even strength, but they even had a power play late in the second period.
No.
But it kills momentum when you have to break the power play and go into the break. Like, it's such a bummer sometimes.
There is an NHL stat about
it is the worst time.
if you have a power play to start the third period or to start a period, is the least effective power play that
Yeah,
you'll
if
have.
you don't score in that remaining time before on a power play, it's like you can't get anything going.
No.
And they didn't. And unfortunately, in the third period, they only took penalties.
Yeah.
Dylan Edwards got a penalty 48 seconds, like right away into the third period, a high sticking. And then, I hate to say it, Jack Pridham got a penalty late. That led
really late.
That led to the listen. It sucked because it was pretty soft. It wasn't but it was high stick. It's a high
still
stick.
was.
A high stick's a high stick. It just sucks when you're like, oh man, it was like at least get your money's worth, right? Like, no, I am not saying kids do not high stick people.
No.
Do not do that. You got to control
wear your bubbles.
And brutally, painfully, heart-wrenchingly, Jakub Kromiak,
Hollywood story
launched a shot from the point on that power play, and it was tipped in by Hayden Reed. And they win the game on that. And I didn't see people online saying like, "Oh, that's why you should have, kept Kromiak" or anything like that.
I did.
But I didn't.
I did.
I stayed off of the comment section. So
I saw that. And I was like, well,
it's okay to not know puck. This is the thing. Is there was also people who were criticizing Jack Pridham there.
Yeah.
He had 2 goals. He had 2 goals.
Yeah.
All right.
He's on the chase for 50, guys. Like let's
that's the trajectory we're on.
Yeah, he's
with Pridham.
second in the OHL in scoring. Like, let's just lay off some of these guys. Like I said, I think there's, you can't give up 4 on 17. A couple of them were really soft, but that deflection goal, that's a deflection goal from the point. No, like that's just, you can't stop that one. You could by chance, but it's chance.
Yes.
Right? Like
there are sports where you can win every game in a season. Hockey is not one of them because the chance in hockey is astronomically higher than other sports.
It's also like they play 17 games in football. One team has done it and they lost in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and
right.
And back when they played 14 games, one team did it, and that was in the 70s. So like even sports where they play a handful of games, winning all the games is very hard.
It's very unlikely.
So you're gonna lose some. It's February 7th and they lost one in regulation.
First game we didn't get a point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was on the road. Yep. And Kromiak had a little bit of that magic. Let's be honest.
Yep. Yeah. He wanted to prove himself.
Yeah.
He didn't want to move.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So
he was happy on the team, so we get it.
And he is a great player.
He is a great player.
The Rangers would be a better team with him.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But you couldn't get rid of any of the other 3.
No.
He was the only movable piece.
Yeah.
And we don't need to go, I don't want to talk about that.
No, I don't want to
I just want to reiterate, he's the only movable piece.
Yeah, and he's a great player, and we miss him. Yeah. Okay, but we still won 2 of the 3 games that we're talking about this week.
Yeah.
So guess what? We get to do 3
stars. This is a week where you go first.
Oh, no. Okay, the player who's getting my 3rd star should be offended that they're only getting the 3rd star.
Okay.
And my theme of this week is I've given each of these, I'm doing 3 players, and they all got a nickname.
Yeah.
So the 3rd star goes to Big Tipper.
Love it.
Dylan Edwards.
Big Tipper.
Because he got 8 points in 3 games.
25%. Yeah, that's
25%. Pulls out the calculator every time. 30% on the dot. Big
30%.
tipper. He carries around pennies to make sure that he gets the right tip.
He never hits no tip at the fast food places when the iPad turns around.
He doesn't even know what it means.
He doesn't even consider. He just no tip. I don't know what that is.
I tip always.
No tip. Yeah.
8 points in 3 games. Some disgusting goals. Some amazing assists. He any other week probably should be the 1st star of the week.
Right.
But this was a big week. So Dylan Edwards.
This is
3rd star.
Okay. Well, this is really easy because Dylan Edwards is my 3rd star.
You should be Dylan Edwards. You should be offended by this.
But the problem is, I was gonna put him as a 2nd star. But
I know.
But then the other, it's.
I know. I was gonna put him as my 1st star.
I
and
know.
Then he got bumped down, and I was like, I don't know what to do.
I know. That's so funny. Okay. I wonder if we're going 3 for 3.
I wonder if we're going 3 for 3.
Okay.
Number 2. This one's gonna be a little bit clearer. He's the London killer, Sam O'Reilly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, you take down London again in another week. It would have been far and away 1st star.
Yeah.
because killing London is one of my favorite things.
Okay.
But it's hard to take it away.
All
okay.
right.
So you didn't go Sam
No,
O'Reilly.
I didn't. I went Christian Humphreys.
Okay.
Right? Christian Humphreys had an incredible
Yep.
weekend. All right. Had his first hat trick, had a 4-point game. It was embarrassment of riches.
Yes.
This week to pick from, I needed 5 stars
I
because
know.
Cameron Reed also played his butt off.
Unbelievable.
He's so good right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
He is in like literal, like full on playoff form
I know.
right now. And I'm like, how do I get him in this?
And Jack Bridham still gets his
Oh, yeah.
honorable star
Still scoring.
every week.
He's just quietly scoring 2 goals
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the time. Yeah. I know.
every other game.
This is it's bonkers.
Yeah.
All right, who's your first star?
Well, my first star is Christian Humphreys.
Yeah, and my
the multi-point maestro.
and my first star is Sam O'Reilly.
Yeah.
So
we're 3 for 3, but we did a little swappy
yeah,
swap
yeah.
because London killer.
Yeah, that is
You
exactly
kill
it.
London.
You kill London in my books. You go back to London for the first time. And you know what? There was a part of me that wasn't even going to make him the first star. It was going to make him the second star or the third star because that was kind of the first game, and it kind of wore off as right. But
Yeah.
but I went back and I watched the way he celebrated when
I
he beat
know.
London. I was like, one of
I had him in my
us.
third star,
One
too.
of us.
One of us. One of us.
Yeah, that's literally what I thought.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? First star.
100%. So we did go 3 for 3. We'll just count it. Okay, games coming up. Okay, so tonight is the London game. We didn't preview it last week because we didn't know about the week before. Next week, we actually get to recap all the games that are played because we have a weird Monday game.
Yes. I love it when we get to do all the games.
All the games,
Yeah.
and then we'll just be fully caught up. It's
Yeah.
great. We haven't been caught up in weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first game is Friday, the 13th.
Friday. Freaky
February
Friday.
the 13th.
Ooh, Kingston.
So
Ooh.
actually we this is a weird week because we are on an Eastern Division road trip the
Yep.
entire time.
Yep.
So Friday night is not at home at the Odd.
Mhm.
We are in Kingston, and then Saturday, February 14th, we head to Ottawa, and then on Monday, February 16th, which is Family Day, which makes sense that there's a game.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure we played in Peterborough last year on Family Day as well. I don't know why I remember that, but I do. And we're in Peterborough. So these 3 teams are all in the same division. They're in the East Division. Ottawa is in second place in the division. The Petes are in third, and Kingston is in fourth.
Uh-huh.
Kingston and the Petes are both 6-4, 0-0 in their last 10. Like winning record, winning streak, doing well. Kingston has 52 points. The Petes have 61. Obviously, we know Ottawa is killing it. They have 77 points. They're 4 points ahead of Kitchener, and they have a game in hand.
Yeah.
So, you
Yeah,
know,
they're great.
Ottawa's doing really well. They're 9-1 in their last 10.
Yeah.
They win games. We've seen all 3 of these teams in Kitchener already. Kingston, we lost to on Remembrance Day, although we won the Jersey matchup.
Yeah.
Ottawa, we lost to 5-3 on November 21st, and Peterborough we beat 6-3 on December 5th. Great day.
Mhm.
That's kind of these teams. These teams we don't see very often.
Yeah. Kingston is tricky, I think. I think that's probably a Schauble game,
Mhm.
I would think. I'm guessing because I'm assuming they're going to go with Kirsch against Ottawa because Ottawa is the juggernaut.
Yep.
And I'm going to be honest. I'd love to see Schauble again on the Monday
Yep.
against Peterborough.
I
I don't know if they will do that, but
Yep.
he's, Kirsch is playing right now against London.
I think you have to split them on the back-to-back for sure. So
Yeah. By the way, it's still scoreless, so we have nothing to report on.
yeah, okay. How long into the game?
It is
Live update scoring for a game that will be long done.
Yeah, 17 minutes into the game right now.
Great. Oh, almost on the first.
Yeah,
Okay.
almost on the first.
Okay.
Kirsch has 6 saves, and Sebastian Gatto has 12 saves. So the Rangers are putting it on him.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
In what, 3 minutes? 3 minutes of game time from now,
Mhm.
Sean Furfaro will be breaking news. Can't wait to find out what that is.
I'm into it.
Let's chat about it on Friday
I
when
can't
this
w-
episode comes out.
I can't wait.
Okay. Message us online. Tell us what you think.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it's going to be.
I don't know. I could
Something
not
Mike
tell you.
Petizian related. Mike Petizian goal from 2022. Revelations are coming out.
Mike Petizian, acquaintance of the AudPod now.
Acquaintance of
follows
the AudPod.
us on AudPod.
Yeah, so that's the games coming up. 3 road trip games. This is always good for the team now that we have all the players in place. Might be nice bonding. road trip.
Yeah, for sure. They need to, I think, come away with 2 wins here, just to keep the mojo flowing.
Yeah.
At the very least,
For sure.
I'd love points in all 3. That would be the best.
I think the real test in this matchup is going to be Ottawa.
For
'cause
sure,
They are
on
a
the second of a
serious
back-to-back.
contender out of the East.
And they're on the second of a back-to-back too. With that.
Correct. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Justin.
Did you see the CHL is doing the top 50 player?
Oh, I did. They're gonna learn.
Yeah. Do you think maybe they should have paid attention to when we growted last year?
Are we gonna troll them?
Yeah, I think we need to.
I think we need to get 1 million bots in there, and we need to just put in all the Rangers.
It's just going
Top
to be
3.
Well, guess who's going to win the CHL all-time player? It's going to be Paul
Paul
Coffey.
For sure.
Most recognizable name.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know how it's not going to be like Gretzky and Lemieux. Like, I don't understand how. Like,
or McDavid just for recency bias.
Sure.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, I can't really understand it. It's like, vote for your top 10 favorites of the top 50. Because I looked at, I tried to rank, and I went like literal who I thought were the 10 best players. And I'm like, there's really no other way you can do this other than statistically look at these are the best 10 players.
Yes.
And I mean, you could argue 7, 8, 9, but you can do 1 to 6, and doesn't matter what order you put them in. Those are the 6.
They're always going to be those 6.
And I was just kind of like, okay, so how is this going to turn out? Our fan base is just going to come out and go hard for their teams?
Maybe. I think, I don't know.
But I thought it was a cool idea.
It's a cool idea.
I loved the ranking tool.
Yeah, it was good.
The drag and drop. It's super fun. Go on the OHL Rangers website. It's on the splash page right now. And sign up for it. You can win a trip to Kelowna for the Memorial Cup.
Which is pretty cool.
Which is really
That's a lot
cool.
better than what we did with the Grub.
We offered nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
People still took part, though.
So many votes.
Yeah.
So I know we have lots of listeners that weren't around last season.
Yeah.
Last season, we did the Growth, the greatest Ranger of all time.
We did.
And because last season was our first season as a podcast, we didn't really know the history of the team.
Right.
Like, we knew that it had a great history, but we didn't really know what that meant. So last season, we spent the whole season looking through like what we thought were great players.
We did.
And we looked through
many
statistics.
There was a couple nominations.
Yes.
And then the rest of them was you and I literally went through like the annals of the history of the Rangers and picked, literally we stopped at 32.
Yeah.
We could have done 64.
64.
Could have done 128.
Yes.
But
and
we
then
stopped at 32 because we just couldn't
we needed
capacity.
to stop this process.
Yeah, I would have needed some more push-ups.
And then we got people who follow us on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube to vote
in a bracket,
a March Madness bracket challenge, which we did all of March last year.
Yeah.
And it was super fun.
And you guys trolled us.
And you trolled us
to put a Flame and an Oiler in the final.
Correct. And also it just became, and what we learned going into sort of the Final Four was that it became a popularity contest for NHL stats. And what we really wanted was great Rangers.
Yeah.
And that's what this is going to become to, I think.
It kind of already is.
Yeah, because it is going to be biased by their NHL careers. It's not you're not going to look at the greatest CHL. It's only those stats.
Yeah, right.
You're going to be like, this player went on to be a great player, or is a great player now.
Right.
And that's who's going to win. And so CHL, you could have called us.
Here, I will say, like, for argument's sake, like Taylor Hall is not in the same breath as Mario Lemieux or even Connor McDavid or Sidney Crosby or whatever. But like Taylor Hall was so dominant in the OHL.
Yeah.
So incredibly dominant in the Memorial Cup.
Yeah.
Like, just like unbelievable CHL player.
Yeah.
Like, but will not have a look in this competition.
Well, even as a Ranger, like Mike Richards, probably not going to make the top
named.
10. Yeah.
Wasn't
wasn't
in
even
the 50.
He wasn't even on
He's
the top
not even
50.
in the 50.
And yeah, he had an unbelievable OHL career, Kitchener Ranger career.
Well, the Rangers
NHL career
during COVID did their own greatest Ranger in 2020, and he won it.
Yeah.
So
and the response for everybody for us was that Mike Richards should have been a final 2.
Yeah, should have been final 2, which it was bonkers that he wasn't.
It wasn't, and it was close.
Yeah, it was close.
But it was
But it's I mean, it was like, there was things that happened, like Brian Bellows went out against Jeff Skinner, I think it was.
Yeah, which was a hard one matchup because Brian Bellows obviously like a pretty amazing.
I think probably needs to go Final 4 at the very least.
If you're talking specifically Rangers.
Yes.
Yeah.
But even if you're talking NHL,
he had a
better
also
career.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. Yes, exactly. We should start that campaign.
Yeah.
That should be a
for
campaign
sure.
we start.
Okay, but now speaking of the Groat, the segment this year is Odd History.
Yes.
And you know what?
We have
another Odd History.
Bonus.
We have an extra Odd History because when he submitted his Odd History a few weeks ago, he did so much Odd History that we had to break it up into 2 episodes.
Yeah, it's true.
And now, former friend of the pod, assistant to the regional producer, Sean Furfaro, Odd History.
Now, loyal listeners, an urgent news bulletin from the past. It's Odd History.
Hey guys, it's Sean Furfaro, and you asked me for a bit of odd history, so here you go. It's a little different for me because I came to this building pretty late. First time I was ever here, because I was from Guelph, first time I was ever here was in 1986, and I didn't come for hockey. I actually came for wrestling. I was here in 1986 as a 13-year-old watching WrestleMania 2, and you're like, WrestleMania 2 wasn't in Kitchener? No, but at the time, before pay-per-view, they had closed circuit locations, so my only way to see WrestleMania as a kid from Guelph was to convince my mom to get me a ticket and drive me to Kitchener, where I got to watch it down on the ice. So I'll show you a bit here. So here's my vantage point. I'm at the back of the Reds. This is kind of where the stadium ended at the time. The Blues have been added since. So I'm looking down at the ice, and on the ice level, there's a 4-sided screen. And I got to watch King Kong Bundy against Hulk Hogan. I got to watch the Randy Savage, Jake the Snake Roberts, some great matches. But for me, I was a big British Bulldogs fan. And I remember jumping out of my seat. 13-year-old Sean lost his mind when the British Bulldogs won the tag team titles against Greg the Hammer Valentine and Brutus Beefcake. And I was pretty much sitting right in this exact seat. So wrestling is my first experience with the odd, and it's also my second. But I'm going to move to that seat and explain that for you. Okay, so now flash forward to 1992, January. I'm in my first year at University of Waterloo, and some friends and I decide we're going to come to wrestling here at the Odd. So I'm over in Section 8. I don't remember exactly where the seats were, but somewhere along here. Here's the vantage point we had. The ring's obviously right at center ice. And that co-main event was Sid Justice taking on The Undertaker and Randy Macho Man Savage taking on Jake the Snake Roberts. They had an almost identical match on Saturday night's main event about a week later, but it was pretty cool being here in 1992. So my first 2 experiences here at the Odd were with wrestling.
I didn't expect to get an Odd History about wrestling.
You know what? I didn't expect it, but I'm into it.
Yeah, it's great.
I want more wrestling, Kitchener
more
wrestling
please.
history.
Yeah. We can start a second podcast and just petition for wrestling in the Odd.
Yeah, absolutely. I want Raw to come back. They don't play. I feel like they only play huge barns now.
Yeah.
But like that would have been such a good show.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So thank you, Sean. Thanks for doing another Odd History. If you want to be a part of Odd History, please feel free to reach out to us.
Yes, we've got some more coming up.
We do. And tell us all your Odd History, because we love hearing about it. The whole point of this is for us to learn more about, the great Ranger moments we know, because you can watch clips of them or read news articles. What we want to know is about your time in the Odd.
Yeah.
Like, what you love about the Odd. That's what I loved about Sean's story is like,
totally.
It was like really great memories for him personally about going to the Odd and what it means to him.
Well, we just want to hear maybe there's a cool story about the first time your parents ever took you, or like the first time you ever got to go down and meet players in the hallway, or something like that. That would be cool. Just write us in and we'll read it. If you're shy, we can read it.
You can send us a voice recording.
Yeah.
You want to write it out and we can read it. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You want to make a video? We'll put it up.
Totally. Yeah. Within reason.
Within reason.
Yeah.
Okay, we might censor.
We may.
Yeah.
We may. There was actually a third video from Sean. It's never seen the light of day.
And it would never will. I can't ever unsee it.
I'm getting a text.
And that's it for us this week. Thank you, of course, to Ken Bourne, Director of Branding and Marketing.
Papa Bourne.
Thank you to our product producer, Liam.
The Phenom.
Thank you to the Waterloo Public Library,
Oh,
East Branch.
Not our home away from home, but at home just the same.
A home north of our home.
Just the same.
It's just more north. You too.
Tim.
Tim, with all the titles and
Yeah, I don't even know what to
whatever.
call him anymore.
Yeah.
But
our everything, our do everything guy.
this is going to be the worst episode. If you're watching on the YouTube, we're holding our mics, which
We're gonna get in trouble for this.
Is-
Not only that, he drove mic stands from
Yeah.
St. Catharines.
yeah, he got us mic stands,
He's gonna be
and
mad.
we are holding our microphones.
We didn't
so.
know we needed them at this location. Anyway,
Yeah, so we've learned some things.
yes,
And here we are. So thank you to Tim for all the work you're going to put into this.
and the
episode.
mic stands.
And the mic stands. And we'll use them at some point.
We will.
And of course, shout out to JJ for doing our voiceover at the beginning of the episode.
Absolutely.
And Andrew, how can you find us on the social medias?
You can find us at the Odd Podcast
Yeah,
on
that's where it
TikTok
came
and Instagram. And you can go on our website, theoddpod.com. That's theoddpod.com. And you can find us on YouTube. Just search the AudPod or Kitchener Rangers. We come up.
We're there. And if you can subscribe, comment with emojis. We love all of that.
Yeah, we love the comments.
We love the comments.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the best.
Yeah, we get
people-
lots. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to seem ungrateful. We get lots of likes now.
Yeah.
we get lots of likes now.
We like the likes.
We love the likes.
Yeah.
but the comments. The comments do a lot for us.
We love hearing
Come
from
on,
you.
give the AudPod. The DodPod is
The-
give us some comments this week.
The 25% of you that are still listening.
The
because
Dodd fathers.
That's the,
we know.
the metrics
I
at
know
this
that
point in
there's
the episode.
hardcores. Okay, if you are still listening,
Marissa.
Mallory. Yeah, if you're still listening, Josh. Respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Specifically you.
Yeah.
Wink. And Andrew, as always, you can find us at
The Kitchener Memorial Auditorium.
See you at the Odd. Apparently after 3 weeks, I can't wink anymore and I just start blinking.